I'm Maz Hedgehog, and I'm really excited to be part of this exhibition. Thank you so much to Marcy for inviting me and to everybody for being here. I'd love to be there in person, but the nature of the pandemic means that getting a flight over from the UK just isn't feasible. This poem is inspired by the life of Fanny Eaton, a black Pre-Raphaelite muse who migrated to the UK, specifically to London, from Jamaica in the early 19th century. I decided to use this chance to reimagine her life as if she may have been born in the 20th century. Imagine her as a young woman living in London today, and what her internal monologue might be like, how she might narrate her own life. I think the story of a migrant cleaner in London sitting for an artist can be something of a timeless one. And so I hope that you enjoy this poem titled Migrant, Cleaner and Almost Free. I got here 20 or 200 years ago, clasping my mother's hand, stepping off a plane or ship, clutching my doll to my chest. It was raining, in an endless, lifeless way so unlike the storms back home. I remember Sundays, after church, watching my mum scrub floors and wash windows. Mrs. Smythe enjoyed telling us how good it was for her husband to let me stay while Mum worked. Mr. Smythe, thin-haired and always in grey, would pat me on the head and compliment Mum for raising such a pretty little pickaninny. On those Sundays, Mum would tell me about before. In tones too low for the Smythes to hear, she told me that people fought for Jamaica, that our people tore freedom from the hands of the British, and so I should be grateful for it. I used to wonder what freedom meant when working all hours of the day and living in a mouldering home and always scrambling for next month's stack of bills. That's why I sat for Solomon at the start. He paid enough that my babies and my James and I could live somewhere nearly dry and almost warm. Mum disapproved of him and his siblings in paint, and the way so few of them could never face a world uncoloured by something noxious. But something about the way they look at me with critical awe is intoxicating. I know better than to trust these people with their soft hands and pretty words, but I do not need to trust to enjoy sitting down for my work, to luxuriate in the attention, to relish the breathing room their money gives me. Perhaps one day, when my picture is hanging in the kinds of rooms I spend half my life keeping clean, the Fanny that is bridesmaid and teacher and Moses' mother will also be remembered as migrant and cleaner and almost free.